Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear viewers, my name is Sayyid Fahad Hussain and I'm your host in the program Rahmat-e-Mehman. In this program, we bring about different guests from the community to appreciate their services in the community and to learn from their great experiences. Today we have a very prestigious guest who is a lieutenant in NYPD, and he has also served in US Army. And not only that, he's volunteered 5,000 hours in auxiliary NYPD, and he has dedicated 5 years of life in serving the Muslim community. Currently, he is serving as a president of Muslims Officer Society in NYPD, and he is working for the safety of the city and for the upbringing of this our special community, Muslim community here in New York. He is amongst us, and we are very lucky and we appreciate his time that he has given us so that we can learn from his great experience and he can share some of the things that we would be interested in knowing. So we'll go and forward, and we will be having some questions for him. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum.
Mr. Adil Rana Saab, we are very happy to have you with us today for this interview. We really thank for your time that you have taken. I know you have a very busy schedule, but can you tell a little bit about us, about yourself, that you're the lieutenant in NYPD, and there's a lot of departments in NYPD. What department do you serve in?
Gee, of course. First of all, thank you for having me here. I think it's very important to tell our community, especially our youth, about different opportunities that are available to them. As being a resident of New York City, resident of this great country, and interacting with the law enforcement and other agencies. In the NYPD is a huge organization which is probably bigger than some countries' armies. We have at some point we were close to 39,000 officers. This is only uniform officers, and now we were about 32, but we're coming back up. Currently, it's around 35,000 officers, and of course, you have a lot of different units within the NYPD where patrol. When you call 911, the radio car comes to you to answer your call for help. And then there's other units such as emergency service unit. You have counterterrorism, intelligence, community affairs, mounted, highway, you name it. That's the beauty about the NYPD, is that one, it's large, so there's a lot of opportunity. So if you become a police officer, you don't have to be stuck on patrol on the street. You can apply for these different units, whatever you like. Whether you like, let's say, criminologist, you want to be in the lab, you can work in the lab, So there's just a few examples. So currently I work in community affairs. My task as my job is to outreach to different communities, especially immigrant communities. Which gives me a great pleasure because I get to interact with people from all over the world. All the people that are coming here, new to especially America and New York, and to interact with them, guide them through their process of being a normal citizen. And being part of this society, being part of this system,
so they feel comfortable.
Correct.
They feel comfortable in the system.
Correct.
Okay.
Because that's the biggest thing. Because the trust. The majority of the individuals come from countries or places where the trust between police and community is not there. Yeah. So this is what gives us the opportunity to connect with them and ensure them that, listen, this is America. This is different. Especially in the NYPD, you don't have to worry about the trust issue. Yeah, the trust issue, because we are here to serve you. So you can trust us with anything, any type of issue. So don't worry about your legal status. Don't worry about anything else. If you need help, we'll be there to help you.
Okay, thank you. And as you are one of the Muslims serving in NYPD, can you tell us a little bit about yourself when you came to this country, and how old were you? And we know that you came here at a very young age, and you grew with the passion of serving the community and helping out the people. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I was born in Pakistan, and I came to America in late 80s with my family. Obviously, I was in elementary school, so so I did pretty much my education here. The time, with the both parents working, sometimes 12 hours a day or more, you had to find your own ways, like social life, to get in, touch with people. And of course, at that time, see, the community wasn't that big. So, but I just say, thank God, we grew up, in an environment where we got the love from the family, and I saw the community being involved in certain things, as such as like festivals and stuff like that. So I was able to take part in those activities. And again, it gives you a great pleasure when you actually make a difference in somebody's life, or you actually help somebody. So it keeps you going. So I would say, that just gave me passion to, work with people and trying to help people, at a younger age.
Okay, so as you were growing up, you had this urge to go to the NYPD from the beginning, or as you grew up, you decided to go to the NYPD?
No, I think when I was young, like I said, it was elementary when I came here. I had the urge to go to the police department, whether it was in Pakistan or
Okay, so
and
no
here.
matter where you are,
Yeah,
you
so
wanted to go there. But because it's not very common in our societies to let the kids go because they think it's very dangerous and
right, of course you have that, and be honest with you, even I get those questions now because I try to actively recruit our youth and our youth that are in college, try to get them involved in police life or law enforcement, other agencies, and that's the first question I get from the parents or even the individuals themselves. Is it safe? I don't want my kid to do this.
Yeah.
It is safe. I mean, as as a Muslim,
Yeah.
death is written wherever,
Yeah,
it's
it's
written.
all
So
in
it
your
doesn't matter.
destiny. It's all written
Correct.
up. Yeah.
So you should not, or let this be one obstacle to enjoying a great career and
Yes.
and making difference in people's lives. The safety is there with everything else. You can be injured while you're being an engineer or a doctor. So
Yes. Yes.
the safety comes in every profession.
Yeah, we as it's a part of our belief, tawakkul is part of our belief. So we put our trust in Allah, and we leave everything. We just stand up for the right. Good. Well, I was thinking, what do you find very interesting in NYPD?
Well, there's a lot of things that's very interesting in NYPD. Like I was telling you, there's a huge department. It's one of the most diverse department. So one, not even job description or job skills that you can utilize, but you also the individuals that you're interacting with, you're working with daily, day to day. You learn from them. The communities that you serve, you learn from them, because you're serving all different type of communities, and you're working with all different type of individuals. So you're learning from your individuals, that your coworkers, and also your community. So every day is a new.
It's a new day. It's a new experience. Something
So
new to learn.
I think, like I was saying, I'm not going to be biased because I'm with the NYPD, but I think it's like one of the best department in the world. So.
So you say NYPD is the best. Not other police departments in other states.
No, I'm saying
you keep
mostly
this,
the world, not even the country, the
not even the
world. I
country,
would
in the
say in the
world.
world.
Okay.
The dedication of the men and women
Okay.
that the NYPD gives, the training, the outreach efforts it does, and the.
So how do you grade the police academy of New York City from any other police academies?
Police academy, everything is different. No matter which area or your city or state you go into, but I think the training in the NYPD gives I think is great. Because it breaks down in different levels. Curriculum is educational with the books. hands-on training, then culture sensitivity training.
Culture sensitivity.
Correct, and also then first aid. So it has everything mixed into one curriculum.
I'm asking you this because a lot of our youngsters, they want to go to and join the NYPD, and they're pursuing different majors in college. Especially, I know a few people who are doing criminal justice program just so that they can enter NYPD. So what would you tell them? What would be their good way of getting into NYPD if they want to?
See, I would say the NYPD, it is one of the best, but I always encourage our youngsters and our community to get involved in any type of system, right?
Okay.
Because
any
type of, let's say, you have FBI, you have any other federal agencies, you have fire department, you have federal prosecution, district attorney's office, you name it. There's a lot of different professions. Again, I'm going to be biased because I work in the police department, so I want them to become police officers. Mm-hmm. But I also put it out there that there's other departments available there. It depends on your passion. Mm-hmm. Don't let things stop you. Don't let misconceptions stop you. Mm-hmm. Whatever you believe in, whatever you want to do, go for it. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing I want to just put it on the side. And then, by you taking that step and being involved in system, you're able to change minds. You're able to actually make a difference.
Yes, that's very important.
Because I give you a perfect example. Like, I was in the Army National Guard when 9/11 happened. And I mean, I've told this many times before also, but it's such a true and touching story that, I have to tell it over and over, is, we were activated and we're at the ground zero, the World Trade Center, and since we're in the National Guard and it's the police, it's not, you have to abide with the police officers and everything. So we were assigned to a police officer, each guardsman with the policeman, and it was like sometimes 16 hours a day or 18 hours you're standing there. So I'm working with the police officer, and he's asking, he's talking about all this stuff, and then he's talking about Muslims and all these statements, and then when he said that it's in their religion, they have to do this, but not knowing that I was Muslim, so I let him talk, I let him vent out, and then I said, "What do you think I am?" So he was like, "What do you mean?" I said, "What do you think I am?" He goes, "I don't know. What are you?" I was like, "I'm Muslim."
Wow.
And his jaw dropped, and he was like, "Whoa." He was like, "I'm sorry." I said, "No, don't be sorry.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
You just don't know.
You think everyone is the same. You think that's what is taught to them." Yeah. So unless you actually interact with individuals, actually tell them what true Islam is, what's, the values of Islam, the peaceful values, the helping each other, helping your neighbor, whether it's Christian, Jewish, Hindu, whoever it is, to be a nice human, that's what Islam is. Yes. But they don't know that. Unless they interact with you. So if you go into the police department, now I can say, we have over 1,000 police officers that are Muslim.
That are Muslims. Wow.
And interacting with... That's a good number. Yeah, it's a very good number. And interacting with, other officers in the community, they get to see the other side. Yeah. I mean, we have countless individuals that go out and save lives. I was just reading, just before I came here, I was just reading... one of our Muslim brother, he just caught I think level 3 or level 2 sex offender in the train.
Really? And he was a Muslim?
No, the officer was Muslim.
Officer was Muslim.
Then there's another one that while he's off duty, he makes an arrest, protecting the community. Yes. We had another incident where somebody, pulled out a gun, and the officer responded and, was able to take him down. So things are happening. And these are Muslims that are protecting this city. Yes. And this great country. We have countless members that are police officers and served in the military.
Yeah, it's good that you brought up, especially to the viewers who don't know how much these Muslim officers are serving the country, especially how these Muslim officers are serving NYPD, especially protecting the New York City. So viewers will continue this interview after the break. It's going to get very interesting. We have a very prestigious and distinguished guest here, Mr. Adil Rana, who is the lieutenant with NYPD. We have more to learn, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.